We're going to preview the Cowboys-Eagles game and update you guys on the unfortunate Michael Gallup injury news. But first, the focus right now for Dallas is to win at least one playoff game, or else me, you, and every Cowboys fan out there is not going to be happy, nor should we be very happy. So let's start speaking this into existence early. We'll do it for 2 preview videos this week and next week. Like the video right now if you want the Cowboys to win at least one playoff game, and then we'll keep that momentum hopefully going throughout the postseason. You're watching the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey here with the preview of the Cowboys-Eagles time-adjusted Week 18 matchup. Originally set to be played Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. The NFL announced late last night this game has been moved, flexed into Saturday night football, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. Dallas on the road against Philly. I actually don't hate the time change. Could mean Dallas is trending towards a Saturday postseason game. Could also be, hey, you get extra prep time come playoff time. That's not a bad thing either. Dallas, for now, we'll spend some time on this as well, is a 4.5-point favorite on the road against Philly. That's a fairly decent-sized spread, assuming both teams are trying to play and win this week. The Cowboys were on a 4-game winning streak. Then the offense regressed. The kicker was bad. The refs missed an obvious fumble, and they lose to the Arizona Cardinals in Week 17, 25-22, snapping a 4-game winning streak over not great teams. Philadelphia is on a 4-game winning streak over even worse teams, but let's not discount wins, right? At the Jets, against Washington twice, home against the New York Giants as well. Now Philadelphia hosts Dallas, having already clinched a playoff spot themselves. They're jockeying for the 6th seed or the 7th seed. Dallas technically is alive, as we'll get into later on, for the 2 and the 3 seed, but that is unlikely. So who you got winning this matchup? C for the Cowboys, E for the Eagles. This question is the pinned comment on today's video. So head down there. Let me know what you're thinking. C for Dallas, E for Philly. Let's talk Michael Gallup, the expected and still unfortunate injury news here. He did indeed suffer a torn left ACL, left the game on his touchdown catch. A massive blow for the Cowboys on offense, and of course for Gallup himself. He was in a contract year, primed to get paid a significant amount of money. Now, I'm not so sure what Gallup will end up getting. It's disappointing for the young, talented receiver. Dallas, in the meantime, will promote Cedric Wilson, I would assume, to wide receiver 3. You'll see some more Malik Turner. Noah Brown, by the way, is back on the active roster, but I think Turner correctly has surpassed him as now wide receiver 4 for Dallas. Sima Fehoko will probably continue to be inactive, and TJ Vasher is back at practice, but he's not going to get active. I think he stays on the NFI list all year long. So unfortunate. Dallas should, the offense has not been very good lately, should be okay at that position. Dallas the Cowboys are, there we go, the NFC East champs. You can get some fresh NFC East championship gear at chatsports.com/Cowboys NFC East. I don't mind the 2021 gear, that's fine. I think the Run the East stuff is pretty damn awesome, since Dallas, with a healthy Dak Prescott, has really run the East for the most part, a 24-6 mark with Dak starting those games. That's impressive. Chatsports.com/NFC East. I'll put that link in the comment section and in the description. The playoff picture, what matters right now for Dallas, right? Looking ahead long-term, at least long-term for the postseason. The Eagles, in a weird quirk of playoff seeding, have secured a playoff spot despite being the 7th seed right now behind the Niners head-to-head. Philadelphia is actually clinched a playoff spot with the Niners, have not yet, because there is a weird 3-team tiebreaker scenario in which the Saints get in as the 7th seed, Eagles get in as the 6th seed, and the Niners get left out. Dallas, meanwhile, cannot second, the number 1 seed, that coveted bye. That loss against Arizona, coupled with the Rams win, was about as worst-case outcome as could have happened. Dallas needs help if they're going to get out of the number 4 seed, and frankly, I would consider it unlikely help. We'll break this down a lot more in depth in a future video, but to go the overview here, Dallas's percent chance with a win over Philly to get out of the 4 seed, 18% in total. It's not likely. They need, for the 2 seed, a Bucs loss, a Rams loss, and a Cardinals loss. All 3 things must occur. I doubt that happens, given that Tampa also plays Carolina. The 3 seed, a Rams loss to the Niners, which I think is indeed possible, and a Cardinals loss as well. This, of course, assumes the Bucs win, which I think they do. Cardinals home against Seattle. The possibility exists. I still find it a bit unlikely. So because Dallas's path to getting out of the 4 seed is not very good, I think this is a fair question to have and debate and discuss. And I'll spend some time on here in a minute, but I want to hear your answers first. What should the Cowboys do with their key players and their starters? Type R for rest them, or type in P for play them. Get them out there, try and get some positive momentum for the postseason. Look, I go back and forth on this conversation. I don't think there's a very clear and obvious answer. In fact, I think there's only wrong answers to an extent. I don't want to risk a bad injury. You don't want to risk that. God forbid your left tackle gets hurt again. Oh, man, or your Parsons or Lawrence or somebody important, knock on wood. That'd be a nightmare scenario for you. You don't want that. But you also don't want to back into the playoffs with 2 straight losses and the offense not doing much. Although, if you do play your starters, are you going to bust out all of your great plays, or are you going to run more of a vanilla offense? Probably more vanilla, so you're not going to play that well on offense because you're not quite going 100% in a game that's not that important. That's the problem here. This is kind of a lose-lose scenario. You want to win. You don't want to lose. You want to win that game, make no mistake about it. The question is, how much do you want to invest in a game that isn't that impactful really for moving ahead, for looking forward to the postseason? That's just not quite where you're at. So I don't think there's a great answer here for Dallas. Maybe we'll get true, real updates for the Cowboys throughout this season. Maybe we'll get some notes from Jane Slater on Tuesday. If you want that video, subscribe for free Cowboys videos every single day right here on the Cowboys Report. Let's talk Dak Prescott, who has not been the guy we saw at the beginning of the season. I am still hesitant to call him bad. I think part of this comes down to our very high, understandably and correctly so, expectations for the franchise quarterback. This is not bad production, though. Completing over 68% of your passes, that's awesome production. Over 4,000 yards in what we'll call 16 games so far this year. 32 touchdowns, 10 INTs, fumbles actually have been a bit of a problem for Prescott so far this year. But you still want a little bit more out of Prescott. You still are hoping for just this play here, that play there. Hitting throws, you normally miss. Every quarterback misses throws. You're going to automatically miss more or less 25% of your throws. The receiving core has had their issues so far this year. But the offense is supposed to be top 3 or top 5, if not number 1. It has not been that as of late. And fair or not, the quarterback gets a lot of the blame for that because he's the quarterback. So I am curious how these votes come in here. Grade Dak so far this year. A, B, C, D, or F. It cannot be an A. It cannot be an F, I don't believe. I think it's somewhere more in the middle, maybe that B minus range. Let me know what you guys have to say. Grade Dak Prescott this season. My final thoughts here, and this will be a heavily offensive issue-focused part. Cowboys, bad against Arizona. Should have won that game. Refs did not help you. Got to play better. Got to win that one. You feel heartbroken about it. You got to get some stuff right in this game. And I think predominantly that's on offense because your defense is playing well enough to win a championship with and or in part because of. Offense got to step up. Your kicker, by the way, is a problem. Someone told me he was average this year. No, he's not. He sucks. Zuerlein is bad. He has cost you or significantly impacted 3 games this year. You've lost 3 games by a combined 8 points. Kickers left 14 on the board in those games. That's an issue. So, since you're probably not going to cut the kicker, don't rely on the kicker. Go score points on offense. Dallas, I love the game plan against Washington. Aggressive, up-tempo, throwing it, slinging it downfield. Use the fastball more. You stopped doing the outside runs. Why? Those run plays work, and you didn't do it against Arizona. That's a failure of your coaching staff. They have gotten away from the early season stuff that works well. Go tempo, let the offense dictate. A common and correct theme is, well, why does Dak suddenly ball out in the fourth quarter? Because they're going tempo and pushing the ball. So do the stuff that works late, early in games. And I know you had a bunch of third down penalties. I get that killed you. Do the stuff that works later in games, earlier on. Because your ground game ain't clicking either. Don't run the ball on 2nd and 10. That has not worked at all this year. Avoid it. The early season Cowboys were aggressive. They dictated what the offense. They aggressively took what the defense was giving them. That mantra is dead. I don't get why. Is it a coaching issue? Is it the lack of trust on the O-line? Is the quarterback not healthy? I think it's a coaching issue more than anything, but I'm not certain. Figure it out and go win games. Go make some noise in the postseason. If this team plays the way we know they can, we've seen them against good teams. The Patriots, the Chargers, play really good football. Go do that. Go play like that, and they can win against anybody in the postseason. Now, I will get to my score prediction here in a second. But predict the score for me of the Cowboys at the Eagles. Mention which team you think wins in the comments section. I'm going to try to pass. What's that? I can't pass? You're making... Okay, I'm being forced to pick here. I'm a cheat. 2 of them here. Prediction number 1. Cowboys win 14-13. This is in the event that Dallas and or Philly doesn't try to win. That's if they sit some key guys, they focus on resting up, and, Dak plays like a series or 2, if that. I will also throw in this one. Cowboys win 24-17 in the event Dallas at least tries to play a little bit more. I don't think you're going to see a high-volume offense for Dallas. I think even if they try to win, it'll be a bit more of a let's keep it vanilla and not give away the game plan against probably Arizona or maybe the Rams come playoff time in the wild card round. That's my guess. I might change it later on in the week because I don't fully know what to expect in terms of high-level effort from the Cowboys this week.